Vanaf de redactie van NRC het verhaal van vandaag. Mijn naam is Suzan Yücel. Een jaar lang doet journalist Rita Baroud verslag uit Gaza voor NRC, terwijl om haar heen Israëlische bommen vallen en de honger toeneemt. Via een dagboek blijft ze haar verhaal delen en houdt ze nauw contact met Midden-Oosten-correspondent Lucia Admiraal, die Gaza niet in mag. Maar dan krijgt Rita groot nieuws. Ze kan Gaza ontvluchten. En nu, voor het eerst, ontmoeten Rita en Lucia elkaar in het echt.
Mijn naam is Lucia Admiraal. Ik ben Midden-Oosten-correspondent voor NRC vanuit Oost-Jeruzalem. En vanuit daar doe ik verslag van de ontwikkelingen in Palestina en Israël en het Midden-Oosten. Sinds ik begonnen ben aan mijn correspondentschap 1,5 jaar geleden, mag ik Gaza niet in, net als andere buitenlandse media. En daarom is voor onze verslaggeving over Gaza het werk van Palestijnse journalisten cruciaal. NRC heeft de afgelopen 15 jaar samengewerkt met Sami El-Ashrami. Dus ook mijn voorgangers hebben heel intensief met hem samengewerkt, toen nog wel in Gaza zelf. En hij is vorig jaar Gaza ontvlucht. Naar Egypte is hij toegegaan. En sindsdien werk ik heel intensief samen met de Palestijnse correspondente Rita Baroud. Zij is 22 en komt uit Gaza.
Wallahi ya azizti,
Omdat we elkaar niet persoonlijk konden ontmoeten, hebben we op andere manieren contact gehad.
Sabah al-khair, Lucia.
Afgelopen jaar hebben Rita en ik, omdat we elkaar natuurlijk niet konden zien, hebben we veel gebeld, gevideobeld, audioberichten uitgewisseld op dagelijkse basis.
Marhaba Rita, kifek, sho akhbarik.
Ja, zo nam ze bijvoorbeeld vaak contact met mij op met ideeën voor verhalen. En sinds kort houdt ze ook voor NRC een dagboek bij. En haar laatste dagboek ging bijvoorbeeld over de honger in Gaza. Doordat Israël eigenlijk al 2 maanden Gaza volledig afsluit van humanitaire hulp.
Today was supposed to be the day people returned to the north. But things didn't go as planned. Israel is refusing to let the displaced return to the north.
Zij heeft in Gaza echt onder ongelooflijk moeilijke omstandigheden moeten werken. Onder constante bombardementen, een gebrek aan water, eten. Ze is zelf diverse keren ontheemd geraakt. En met echt gevaar voor eigen leven. Want sinds het begin van de Israëlische aanvallen op Gaza zijn er al meer dan 200 Palestijnse journalisten gedood. En zijn ook doelgericht aangevallen in Gaza. Dus ja, zij heeft haar werk echt moeten doen onder levensgevaarlijke omstandigheden.
When they arrived in Rafah and Jabalia, what they found was worse than they could imagine. Entire homes were completely destroyed. Bodies were everywhere. The smell of blood was still in the air, and human bones and suckles were visible in every corner.
En ik heb er vaak over nagedacht, gaat er op een gegeven moment een moment komen dat we elkaar kunnen ontmoeten? En waar en wanneer gaat dat dan zijn, als zij het überhaupt al overleeft? Maar sinds 2 weken heeft zij met haar familie, haar vader, haar moeder en haar zusje, is ze gevlucht uit Gaza. Ze heeft kunnen wegkomen en is nu in Marseille in Frankrijk. En daar ben ik nu ook en ik ga haar hier voor het eerst ontmoeten.
Where do you want to go?
We need to go here. Oh, but it's only 100 meters, it says. Here. Moeten we Rita even bellen, denk je? Ja, hij zegt dat we er hier in moeten, maar dat... Hey Rita.
يس لسه ما وصلتوا صح؟
وصلنا بس مش عارفين كيف ندخل. Maar ze had het over een gele auto. Dus ik zie hier wel een gele auto, maar ik weet niet of ze dat... Ze zegt dat ze er daar aankomt. Rita? En ik had eigenlijk niet verwacht dat we elkaar nu ineens persoonlijk zouden kunnen zien. Na zo lang op afstand te hebben samengewerkt in Frankrijk. Hey Rita. Hey. شو أخبارك؟ ما تخيلتش إن أنا أشوفك هون وإنتي في مارسيل. واو. أنا كمان مش مصدق يعني. هلو مبسوطة كثير إن أنا شفتك. هلو كيفك؟ شو أخبارك؟
So Rita, we are here in Marseille. We still can't believe it, I think, that we're sitting here opposite each other to record a podcast. Normally we speak Arabic, but we will do this in English for the podcast.
Ask me whatever you want.
So maybe you can tell a little bit who you are and who you worked for, what kind of work you have been doing.
Okay, so this is Rita Baroud. I am 22. Oh my God, when I say like I am 22, I feel like I am old. Because like when I said I am 22, I feel like, no, I am 20. Like the war started when I was 20 and I became a journalist when I was only 20. So it's been 2 years now. Oh my God. So yeah, I don't know what to say or how to introduce myself, because Rita now, it's not like Rita before the 7th of October. My life before the 7th of October was extremely simple and extremely different, because I was just a normal girl who wanted to just graduate from the university.
And you were studying French.
Yeah, I was studying French. So, yeah, I was living my life with my family, seeing my friend every weekend, like normal life. Okay, I know that in Gaza you can't have this normal life, but at least I tried to have this normal life. But you know, in Gaza, you can lose everything in just less than 1 second. So at the beginning of the 7th of October, at the 8th of October, we lost my father's offices. 9th of October, our house destroyed with no reason. So when my house destroyed, like everyone was so shocked. So yeah, we displaced from north to south, to Khan Younis, and then to Deir al-Balah, and then to Khan Younis, and then to Rafah. And in Rafah, we displaced 3 or 4 times. We displaced many times because Israel dropped evacuation plan or a displaced plan to tell people just go out from here and go there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you know.
Can you tell me about, you became a journalist, in October 23. You started working immediately as a journalist, even though you didn't plan to, right? To work in journalism.
Yeah, I had no experience. And I became a journalist not because I want to become a journalist or something like this, but you know that Israel didn't allow for international journalists to come to Gaza. So it was a duty, it was a chance to talk about Gaza. Like our international journalists, they can sit on their desk and write about Gaza. But I was in Gaza, and like I was the one who had this right to talk about Gaza because I am living and I am a witness. I was afraid, but it was just a duty. And I didn't care if Israel killed me or no. And when we are talking about like from the 7th of October till now, there is more than 215 journalists have been killed. You feel like you are so grateful that you are alive now. I lost a lot of colleagues. I lost a lot of friends. And, people became so afraid of journalists in Gaza. Like, especially after this war come back. Like you go to cafe and you see this sign that journalists are not allowed to come to this cafe. Please, if you are journalist, don't be here. Like when I was in Deir al-Balah, also there is a hospital that also put this sign. If you are journalist, it's not allowed for you to come. Because Israel always target journalists.
Can you tell me more about what it means for you to document what happens in Gaza?
I feel like there is over more than 2 million in Gaza worth to live their life. And I feel like if I just keep talking about them and keep describe what's going on in Gaza, the Western people, the Western media to understand the real situation there. Western media always look at people in Gaza like they are heroes, resilience, and maybe a perfect victims. But no, they are not victims. They are just a normal people. If you ask anyone from Gaza what you really need, they just will answer like, we need a peaceful life that we can eat, drink, see our children happy, have a normal life. That's it. Sometimes I hate my job. Not because I don't want to become a journalist or because of journalism or something like this, but because of the situation in Gaza. Like when I interview anyone, I feel like I am cutting a wound or I am cutting something inside him. Sometimes I feel like I am ashamed to ask them like, hey, how are you? Did you eat something today? What did you lose? And I feel like guilty. Like when you ask someone and you hear their story, you can't be emotional or you can't cry or something like this. You have just to record and shut off your feeling and just listen without emotional or without emotion.
One thing that amongst the many things that you very vividly described in your latest diary that you wrote for NRC, you describe how on the market in Deir al-Balah, people are walking, but they look like they're not alive. Can you describe what you saw when you went out in the street?
People were so different. And they were like walking in front of you, behind you, next to you, and they are all dead. Like they are walking, but their faces looking, like their eyes, like they are dead inside. Like they don't know what to do.
Can you describe the situation in Gaza before you left? How was it?
Oh my God, everything was bad. The border was closed and Israel didn't allow for the humanitarian aid to come to Gaza. And the markets were like empty. Everything was so expensive and people couldn't find food or clean water, or like if you are injured or you need to go to hospital, you can't, because also hospital are out of medicine or healthcare or everything. And I could say that Gaza is living the worst period from the beginning of 7th of October. And people there are suffering. Cutting food, it's a hidden weapon. It's a hidden weapon that when you cut the humanitarian aid and you cut the food and water and you don't allow these things to come to Gaza, it's a weapon. You are letting more than 2 million people suffering from starving, and you displaced them from place to place, place to place, place to place. Genocide in Gaza, it's not about killing people. Genocide in Gaza, it's about doing unbelievable things against a human.
Maybe you can tell me,
Yeah.
how were you able to leave suddenly?
So at the beginning, I thought it was like not real, because it's impossible these days for anyone to leave from Gaza. But the French consul have been like working on this for more than 1 year and a half. And in the beginning of April, they contact us. And I still remember when my father called me to tell me that the French consul talked to me and we will evacuate soon. And the first thing I told him, like, no, I'm not going to leave Gaza. Not now. Like, okay, I need to leave Gaza, but not now. Because Gaza need me. And I still remember that feeling when I cried like a child or like a baby, that just leave you and my mother and my sister, and I can handle myself here in Gaza alone. Because I was thinking only about like, it's not the right time to evacuate from Gaza. And you have to know that at that time, when they contact us, everything in Gaza was going like worse and worse, like day by day. Everything was extremely bad. I evacuated from Gaza on 23rd of April 2025 at 4 a.m. So we evacuate from Karam Shalom. Karam Shalom is in Rafah. And when I saw Rafah while evacuation, I couldn't recognize anything. When we were in Rafah, it was like seeing hell in front of your eyes. Rubble were everywhere. No houses at all. And when I said at all, like I swear, there is nothing left in Rafah. They burned everything. There is no roads, no house, nothing, like literally nothing. And when you are in Rafah, you are able to see the Israeli flag everywhere. And this was killing me slowly inside, like you are seeing the Israeli flag everywhere and you are not able to do anything. And it's like a sign that even if you are going to evacuate or to survive, this is the last thing you will see in Gaza, the Israeli flag.
And I imagine, like, you worked a lot reporting for different media, including for us. And you keep on reporting and reporting, even though yourself were facing all the hardships and dangers. So how was that?
Why I am keep working, talking about Gaza? Because I still, unfortunately, believe that maybe in the end, words can change anything or something small. But yeah, the fact is that no one cares about Gaza. The fact is people around the world don't understand what's going on in Gaza. And I want them to understand. I know that they care about Gaza at the beginning because it was like a trend on social media, but it's not a trend, it's a genocide. And I saw how people stopped talking about Gaza when the ceasefire happened.
Yeah. What are your hopes for the future?
I hope to see my people in Gaza live what they deserve. And they deserve the best. And I feel sorry that people around the world goes blind on what's going on in Gaza. But I hope this genocide stop or end. I am sure that Israel will not end, but at least stop so people can live what they deserve. I want to jump in the sea. It's so far, but I could see the sea. By the way, I feel a powerful desire to return. I miss Gaza in a way that can't be described, as if part of my soul is still there, waiting for me among the ruins. I go to the port here in Marseille, the only place that reminds me of Gaza. I stand there before the sea, staring into the water, searching for the shadow that resembles her, and I cry. And no one calls this survival, because I know, as do all who have seen what I've seen, that this is not survival, but another kind of death.
Je luisterde naar Vandaag, een podcast van NRC. 1 verhaal, elke dag. Deze aflevering werd gemaakt door mijzelf, Henk Ruigrok van de Werven, Iddo Havinga en Bas van Win. Coördinatie Ignace Schoot en eindredactie door Nina van Hattum. Dit was Vandaag, morgen weer.